Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Reynald A. Japay, a mathematics teacher of the Philippine Women's College of Davao, and I will be tackling today the multiplication of polynomials, as you've seen a while ago, this one, wherein we are going to multiply powers with like bases. And I know that you are too excited with what we are going to learn for today, and let's have a review of what we are going to have for this morning. Okay, so let's have a review about the exponential notation, which is actually the basic of multiplying polynomials. So I'll give you a 3-3-3 questions, or the 3 questions here, using the strategy of a 3-3-3. The first question, here you go. What is the exponent of negative 2 multiplied with negative 2 multiplied with negative 2 and negative 2 after expressing it in exponential notation? A, 4, B, 2, C, negative 2, and C and D, negative 2 raised to 4. Okay, so the answer is letter A, which is 4. The question is why? Here is the explanation. Because negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 will actually give you negative 2 raised to the power of 4. And as you can see, negative 2 is your base and positive 4 is the exponent. Did you get it right? Okay. Let's have question number 2 for our review, which is equal to negative 2 raised to negative 4, negative 4 raised to 2. A, negative 4 raised to 2. B, 16. C, negative 16. And D, 4 raised to 2. I'll give you 3 seconds or 5 seconds. Here you go. The answer is letter C, negative 16. The question is why? Here's the explanation. Negative 4 raised to 2, wherein your base is actually just 4, do not include the negative, and the exponent is 2, which tells you how many times you multiply your base. And this is to be written negative 4 times 4, which gives you negative 16. Okay? Did you get it right? And the last question for our review. What is the area of the square given? A, 2m. B, 2 raised to m. C, m squared. Or D, m plus m. I'll give you 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. Here we go. The answer is letter C, m squared. The explanation is this. The area of a square is actually s squared, or side square. Therefore, that is m times m, or that will give us m squared. So the answer is letter C. Okay. Since we already know about the basic, about the exponential notation, and we will have our discussion, which is the main topic for today, which is multiplying powers with like bases. I would like to raise a question first. Identify the expressions that apply the law of exponents in multiplying powers with like bases. Letter A. What do you think will be your answer? Can we use this? Can we apply the law of exponent in multiplying powers with like bases? The answer is no, because variables are not the same. We have two variables here, the x and the y. Okay? Letter B. A cubed multiplied with a to the 4th. Can we? The answer is yes, because variables are the same. We have the same variable a and a, right? Letter C. C raised to 5 and C raised to 2. Can we apply the law of exponent here? Yes. The answer is yes, because the variables are still the same. And letter D, negative 3z squared x, can we apply it? The answer is no, because the variables are not the same. Okay, here's a notation. For any real number x and for any integers a and b, we will have x raised to a times x raised to b, that is equal to x raised to a plus b. What is the simple notation? If they have the same bases, you can copy the base and just add the exponent. Okay? I'd like to repeat, just copy the base and add the exponent. How about if you have what we call coefficients? So basically, when you have coefficients, just multiply the coefficients, still copy the base, and add the exponent. I'd like to repeat, multiply the coefficients, copy the base, and add the exponents. Here are some of the examples for us to know more and basically understand the multiplication of polynomials. So here's are some examples. Number 1, 4 squared multiplied with 4 cubed. I know that some of you will get it right, and because it's just easy, so here you go. Copy the base. The base is 4, and add the exponent, which give you 2 plus 3. So the final answer is 4 raised to 5. Okay? Another example. When you have negative 2 raised to the power of 3 multiplied with negative 2 raised to the power of 4, what is our base here? That's correct. Our base is negative 2. So therefore, copy the base, which is negative 2, and just add the exponents, which are 3 and 4. So that's 3 plus 4. So the final answer would be negative 2 raised to the power of 7. Oh, you cannot see. So here you go. So that's number 2. So let's continue for number 3 examples. So w squared times w raised to 4 times w raised to 5. So that is applying the law of exponent here. Just one law anyway that we're going to apply. So that gives us w raised to the power of 2 plus 4 plus 5. In simplified form, it will give us w raised to 11. Okay, did you get it right? Okay, that's good. So let's have with number 4. So you can see with number 4 there. So when you have x times y squared multiplied with x raised to 4 times y, and again we are going, since we have two variables here, the x and the y, so we are going to rearrange them according to its variable, according to variables. So first is you have your x, so you add the first x and then multiply it with x raised to 4, and multiply it with y raised to square to the second power, and then multiply it y. So we can only add, or you can only apply the law of exponent, number 1, when you are going to copy, or they have the same bases, because you have to copy the base. First is copy the base x and then add its exponent, which is 1 and 4. Then copy the base y and add 2 and 1. So in simplified form, that we will have x raised to 5 and y raised to 3. Here you go. Okay. So last example for multiplication of polynomials. Here you go. Ayan. So negative 3ab squared c multiplied with 2a raised to 4b c cubed times negative 1a squared b squared c squared. As you can see here, we have actually coefficients which are negative 3, 2, and negative 1. So first thing, you have to multiply, or you can arrange them first. It would be better if you're going to arrange this one. First is with the all coefficients, followed by all a's, followed by all b's, and all c's. So here you go. Negative 3 times 2 times negative 1 multiplied with a times a to the 4 times a squared times b squared times b squared times c cubed times c squared. If you're going to simplify it, that will give you 6. That is negative 3 times 2 times negative 1, right? That will give you positive 6. And then copy the base of your a only. Add all its exponents, 1, 4, and 2. And then copy the base of b. Copy the base b. Then add exponent to 1 and 2. And again, copy your base c. Add the exponent 1, 3, and 2. So in simplified form, that will have the final answer 6a raised to 7, b raised to 5, and c raised to 6. Okay, again, I would like to repeat the notation for any real number x and for any integers a and b. Basically, you are going to have x raised to a times x raised to b. Just copy the base and add the exponent. But how about if we have coefficients? Just multiply the numerical coefficients as we have in our number 5. Copy the base, which are actually the same or like, then just add the exponent. So remember, multiply the coefficients, copy the base, and add the exponents. So I would like you to have this one as our final class this morning or this day. This is what we call the interactive quiz. So I'll just give you 5 seconds probably, or 10 seconds to answer the following questions. I only have 5 questions for today. So here you go. What does 2 raised to 3 mean? A. Multiply 2 by itself 3 times. B. Multiply 2 by 3. C. Add 2 by itself 3 times. And D. Add 2 and 3. Okay, here you go. Okay, question number 2. What is y raised to 5 times y raised to negative 2 times y raised to 12 equal to? Again, what is y raised to 5 times y raised to negative 2 times y raised to 12 equal to? Letter A, y raised to 19. Letter B, y raised to 120. Letter C, y raised to 15. Letter D, y raised to negative 120. For 5 or 10 seconds. Here you go. Okay, next. Question number 3. Simplify the expression 2x raised to a times 3x raised to 2a times negative 4x raised to 3a. What is the simplified form of the expression? Letter A, negative 24. Letter B, negative 24x. Letter C, negative 24x raised to a. Letter D, negative 24x raised to 6a. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, here we go. For 5 seconds, I guess you got it right. Oh, okay. Next question. This is the 4th question now. What expression can be multiplied to 3a squared b cubed c cubed to obtain negative 12 a raised to 4, b raised to 5, and c raised to 8? A, negative 4a squared b squared, and c raised to 5. B, 4a squared b squared c raised to 5. C, negative 4a raised to 6, b raised to 3, c raised to 11. Letter D, 4a raised to 6, b raised to 3, c raised to 11. I'll give you 10 seconds to answer this question.
This is a demonstration of wirecast.
Okay, time is up. Okay, for question number 5. What is the area of a rectangle whose sides are 3y raised to x times 4y raised to 3x. A. 12y raised to 4. B. 12y.
Wirecast.
C. 12y raised to x. Letter D. 12y raised to 4x. Okay? I'll give you 10 seconds again to answer this last question. Okay, here you go. So I'd like to have the important note before we bid goodbye. For any real number x and for any integers a and b, so that means you have the expression x raised to a, x raised to b equals, copy the base again, and you're going to add the exponents. So again, we have to multiply the numerical coefficients, copy the base, which are like terms, and add the exponents. So that's, thank you very much, salamat, and terima kasih to all. My name is Mr. Reynald Japay, and saying you happy day to all of us. Thank you. Bye.